Hello, hello, Spirit House here. Today, I just wanted to talk a little bit about for to those who are chosen or are following their North Node. They have chosen to follow the divine guidance and the divine path, whether you're divine feminine, divine masculine, or on that path, um, or your chosen star seed, indigo, however you address yourself. But you've come to that realization through doing inner work and awakening. Um, this is for people that are on the path, mainly that maybe are just starting their journey, or anyone really. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the importance of cutting off people, places, and things that no longer serve you. And you hear that a lot, but you know, you may not realize yet why that's so important. And looking back, I realized I slowly did that. I've always been an introvert, kind of a loner. I've always, ever since I was like a toddler, have liked a lot of time to myself. Like I would enjoy playing games, making up different games, pretending, doing all sorts of stuff, spending time out. I grew up in Alaska, so I was very fortunate for that. I had a lot of freedom to run around. Didn't have to worry about a bunch of weirdos at that time. You didn't lock your front door on a regular basis unless you were going to sleep sometimes, and it was just it's a different world. And so I had a lot of freedom. All of us did, all my siblings and me did, and everyone at that time, to wander around in the woods and just explore and really, I realize now, after moving to California, how fortunate I was to grow up in that kind of setting and really connect with nature. And but I was always a weird child. I knew I was different by the time I was like 4 or 5. I realized that I was a little bit different. But so this won't apply to anyone. But along my path, I realized, even if I wasn't really conscious, I always knew I was an empath, but I didn't really know how to deal with that or control it for a long time, and things would, affect me and invade my energy and stuff like that. Um, but I found myself, even before I knew, realized, had self actualization or realization, I started cutting off people because I already had I've always kind of isolated myself from people because of the level of empath that I was. I realized on a subconscious level that I didn't want to be around a lot of people at any one time, even birthday parties, things like that. I would go hide for my own birthday party, go off and read a book with a flashlight in a closet or something, and have my mom hide my toys and books so the other kids didn't rip them up. And yeah, I didn't really like other kids at that point, but yeah, I realized that, you know, the real importance of it now, that was, I wasn't always conscious of why I would just choose not to be around certain people, even family members, um, and just kind of avoid certain situations. And it's because, you know, there's people around you that you realize, if you're on this path and you're truly, chosen on some level, or, you know, on this journey, and you choose to embark on this journey, you choose that path because there's free will. Even if you're chosen, you don't. There's some people that choose the opposite way and end up, fallen or whatever. Um, but in my case, and the reason I've realized through experience is that, you realize at a certain point, and it's shocking that you look back and you realize that certain energies, a lot of energies you were around most of your life, um, if they're not really high vibrational, or if they don't have strong faith. Okay, bottom line, if they don't have strong faith, then they end up becoming your enemy, basically a hidden enemy, and they become jealous, and that's the biggest thing right there. And jealousy is of the devil, Satan. I mean, you can say whatever you want. It's of dark energy. It's a dark energy. Okay. Jealousy is a low vibrational, dark energy. And I noticed that most of my life with two of my siblings out of, I have three siblings now. I had five. One of them has passed on. But two out of, you know, my three other siblings were always low key jealous. One was not even low key jealous, very, very karmic um, in my life. And it's gotten to the point where I can't even be around my sister anymore. I mean, she's older than me, and we are adults, And she used to steal from me when I was younger, and I, you know, we had to spend some time together when my aunt passed away a couple of years ago on the Oregon coast to clear out my aunt's condo, and she stole an item from me, and I realized after the fact, and I had proof, and I was shocked because it was like years later, and I haven't spent a lot of time around her, but I thought surely she's outgrown that shit. But it's because I told her it was special to me and a friend gave it to me. Now, she would have had no interest in stealing that item if I hadn't told her it was special to me and a friend gave it to me. And, then you start going on and you realize these people, um, are working with others at some point, or I did anyway, in my case, against you, you know? And there's people I don't even know that are working against me, lots of people that have been working, some of the elders of these families and things have been working against me since I was a child. Psychic attacks, spiritual attacks, mind control. And it's like, it answers so many, how do I want to put this? It's like, oh, okay, that explains that situation. That explains this situation. That explains why, because, but anyway, a lot of people that you think are your friends and you consider family, I used to be the same way. I can be traditional in a lot of senses. And it's like, oh, family, stick with blood no matter what. Well, not really. I have one family member that I trust now. And we were a huge family. Of course, a lot of the ones I did trust and loved have passed on now. But yeah, it's crazy. Some of your biggest enemies are the people that you would least suspect. And, that's really a shocking revelation. But if you're on this path, it's like the story of Joseph, in the Bible. His brothers wanted to kill him. So it's like, that's so true of this path. You will discover all these shocking revelations. But, as hurtful as it was, it's like, it was almost a relief to me because I knew for years, it's like, gosh, either I was a serial killer in a past life and I'm paying for it now, or else somebody's cursing me. And I've said that so many times to like my mother and some close friends. It's like, and they would agree with me. They're like, yeah, your life has been crazy, and it's like, I just knew something wasn't right, but I wasn't awakened fully at the time. So that's the importance because the major thing here is once you realize this, if you're like, oh no, it's family, I've got to stick with it, or it's a marriage, I've got to stick with it, because like I was for a long time in a marriage that I was in that was completely, it turned so bad. It was so bad in the end. And so evil on the other half. Um, yeah. um, is that if you stay connected to these people that are low vibe and have betrayed you out of like some false sense of loyalty or out of abandonment issues, because I've had that. I've healed from it, but I did suffer from that for a long time. That you share in their karma. So say if they're doing something evil, like if they're doing something evil whatever they're doing, and they're creating bad karma that you don't even know about, but you know that they've done things to betray you in the past. You know that they're, not on the up and up. You, as long as you're connected to those people or around them, you share in their karma. So when the shit hits the fan for them and things are returned to them, you're sharing in that, even if you didn't do any of it. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. And as soon as you cut these people off or block them and cut out what the people, places, and things that don't serve you anymore, that's when your blessings flow in, because these people are actually blocking. God is not going to bless you. The divine or not, the universe is not going to bless you if they know that there's people that are unworthy that will share in those blessings. So that's a real important thing that some people don't realize. And so I just kind of wanted to explain why that's so important, and also because they want to see you be true to yourself, come to a position where you have self-love, and that you are going, in a position of faith in the, that things, and you're in the right mindset, and you've done the inner work, you've done the healing, or you're trying really hard, you're trying, and when you come to a point when you've cleared out all past life karma, which I finally did, like, about a year ago, and I was notified by the, that by my ancestors, and got, that I cleared up all past life karma and stuff. I was like, then, things really started to turn out better, and my healing process started to accelerate. Of course, I put in a lot of time in it. I do a lot of meditation. I put in a lot of work. I've been really dedicated to it, but I just wanted to explain why that's so important, and it's so hard. It's like one of the hardest things to do, and I've given up addictions, and that's hard, and just I want to encourage anybody and explain why that's so important, because it is one of the hardest things to do, but unless you do it, because you don't know what these people are doing, that are around you in the background to you. And that can be really shocking once you find that out too. But I'm not going to go all into that. I'm just telling you why. The biggest reason is you're not going to be able to move forward, and you're not going to get any of your blessings if you stay connected to people that have hurt you, because you need to realize your self-worth and self-respect, and that you are worth more than that. And that's the biggest thing. So I hope this helps someone anyway, and I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, and I will talk to you on the next video.